Hey everybody, this is Molly Blanchfield from Iowa, and I'm here to talk with you today about how to not let the crickets stop your follow-up process. So if you are in direct sales or sales of any kind, you know that sometimes it takes 8 to 12 contacts with someone to get them to respond and to be interested in your product or your opportunity. And so when we are following up with prospects, whether we are doing that via voicemails, emails, text messages, however we are following up, a lot of times it can get really, really frustrating to not get any response, to get what we often call crickets. Um, a lot of times we will take that as a no. And I'm here to tell you that crickets does not mean no. Crickets means not right now. Even if the person initially reached out to you and this was something where they contacted you for information, and then when you went to respond to them, no response. If it's a cold lead that you got from someone else, or maybe it's a warm lead from someone you spoke with once at an event, at a vendor event, and so you have their contact information and you're reaching out. Do not stop until they tell you to stop. Only when they say stop, or they actually say, I'm no longer interested, is when you stop. I have had some experiences where I have communicated with team leads for well over a year before they actually decided to join my business and become a part of my team. And there were months at a time where I reached out to them via text message, mostly, and just got no response. But if I had stopped reaching out, then they would not have become a part of my team, and they would not have enjoyed our business opportunity. So that's really the lesson that I want you to take away with. The other thing is that sometimes your communication method can be the reason that you are getting crickets. We have a diverse community of people in our industries, both as customers, as members, as team prospects, and we have all kinds of different communication preferences. So one of the things that I've learned is that when you are not receiving a response from a lead, is to try different communication methods. So often when I get a new lead, I will first call them on the phone, pick up that 20,000-pound phone and make a phone call. Most of the time, they do not answer that call. Why is that? I don't answer calls from numbers I don't know on my phone. So I don't blame them for not doing that. But I will call and I will leave a message if they have a voicemail that allows me to leave a message. Then no matter what, whether I was able to leave a message or not, I follow up that phone call with a text message that says, hey, this is Molly. That was me calling in case you were wondering. I know I don't answer phone calls from numbers I don't know, but hey, wondering if you would have some time to connect so that I can answer any questions that you have about my product and opportunity. And then if I don't have any response from that method, I will also follow that up with an email. Basically saying the same thing. Hey, I reached out to you via phone, but hey, I get it. I don't answer calls from numbers I don't know, but I was just trying to connect with you to see if we can set up a time where I can answer your questions. So that's a non-threatening way. I'm not saying, hey, this is me and I want you to be a part of my team and I want you to host an event for me or order my product. I'm just saying I would like to connect to answer your questions. So When that person does respond, if they respond by calling me back, then all of my communications from that point on are via phone calls, because they have shown by calling me back that they are open to communicating via phone, which honestly is the best way of talking with people, is by talking to people, not text or messaging. But if they text back, then I stick with texting. If they email back, then I stick with emailing me. It does not matter what my preference of communication is. It matters what their preference of communication is. We have another person in our organization that coined that method as the communication sandwich. I will credit her with that. And I totally agree. So it's 3 methods of communication. And if you want to add a 4th in there, if this is a contact that you can connect with on Facebook, Facebook Messenger often works very well as well. So I will often follow up through Facebook Messenger if I can, where I'm not going to seem like I'm creepy. So that's another avenue that has worked pretty well for me in communications. But if they do not respond, then to any of those communication methods, then you don't just stop. Then you continue to try. So the next time I might just send a text message. The next month I might send an email. The next month I might try to call them again. So with the Amy app, I can keep track of what type of communication I used last with that prospect. Did I email them last? Did I call them last? So I try to use a different method each month with a lead that is not responding to me, because you just never know when and where you're going to catch them. You don't know what's going on in their life at the moment that they initially connected with you as being interested in your product or your service or opportunity. That was a moment that they had in time to think about that. But they may have a crazy busy life, and it may just not fit for them right now. But that doesn't mean it won't be a fit in the future. So that is my advice, is to do not let the crickets, the no response, the silence stop you. Keep up, use different communication methods so that you can eventually find the method that they prefer, and continue to reach out until you hear back from them that they are not interested or they wish you to stop communicating with them. Some people you may not. I have people on my prospect list that I communicate with every single month, prompted by Amy, that I've been communicating with for 2 years and have not had any response past the initial. Or maybe we were chatting and then it just went silent, and I haven't heard from them. And then maybe all of a sudden they pick back up and start talking to me again, because for some reason the time is right for them now to get more involved with my product or my opportunity. So I hope you found this helpful. Crickets is not no. It is just not right now. So keep those prospects in your Amy app. Keep following up with them once a month, using reminders, using templates if you want to use templates. Follow up in different methods of communication to see if you can figure out which bait on that hook is going to finally get them to bite. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.